fiery horse with the speed of light, a cloud of dust, and a hearty hi-yo Silver, the Lone Ranger. There is one man whose life story cannot be separated from the development of the western United States. The tale of his deeds is not to be found in the written records of those days, but has been repeated through the generations until the people of 7 western states honor the memory of the masked rider of justice. Wherever he appeared, the cause of justice was served. And now, once more, a thrilling story of the phantom figure of the plains. The Lone Ranger rides again.
Hurry, Silver! Stretch out those great legs of yours! Crooked gamblers are running the town of Mud Flats! Hi-yo, Silver!
As the Lone Ranger rode by on Silver, he was hurrying toward Mud Flats. In all the West, no town had a worse reputation. Though smaller than Dodge City, it was filled with gamblers and crooks of every description. Honest people found difficulty making a living. And as the sheriff had been elected by the town's worst element, there was little chance to correct the situation. In the first scene of our Lone Ranger drama, 15-year-old Tommy Goodwin is walking down the main street. His steps are slow, and his eyes fixed upon the ground. When his father speaks to him suddenly, he looks up in fear.
Tommy, where in thunder have you been? Your ma and me was worried half sick about you.
Oh, Pa.
Have any trouble?
No, not exactly, but
Where have you been all this time? We sent you out 4 hours ago to pay over that cash to the storekeeper.
Yeah, I know.
You paid him, didn't you?
Well...
Tom, look at me. What's the matter with you?
I didn't mean to do nothing, Pa.
Did you pay our bill at the store?
I was gonna.
Did you or didn't you?
No.
You didn't pay it?
No, I didn't.
Why not? You know blame well what we had to do to get that cash. I had to sell the jewels your ma's been treasuring ever since we left Virginia. We had to pay that bill or we won't get no more credit at the store.
I know it, Pa.
Why didn't you pay? Where have you been all this time?
I met Harv Riggs.
Riggs? That gambling crook?
Yeah, he stopped and spoke to me, and we got talking. He said some mighty fine things about you, Pa.
Dirty coyote never had a good word for me in his life.
Oh, but he did. We got to talking, and he was going to tell me about some of the things you done in the Army.
Then what?
Well, I was listening, and the first thing I knowed, we was inside the cafe.
Riggs' place?
Yeah.
And he got you to gambling and took the cash?
Well, not at first. You see, we just cut cards for high cards. For a nickel.
For a nickel a cut, huh?
Yeah, and I won. I won most $1 cutting cards, and then he said I had to give him a chance to get the $1 back.
A dirty, scheming rat.
I still don't know, Pa, how it happened, but the first thing I knowed, we was sort of cutting for more and more money, and the next thing I knowed, I was broke.
You go on home.
Pa, I didn't mean to...
You go home and tell your ma I'll be along in a little while. I'm going to call on Harv Riggs. That skunk's gone too far. He ain't satisfied robbing every road man in town. He's got to pick on kids your size. Get to home now. Tell your ma I'll be along by and by. I'm going in and see that polecat.
That just about cleaned you up, Pard. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you look sorry, Riggs.
Drop in again sometime, and I'll give you the chance to win your money back.
Well, I hope to gosh I know to keep out of this place when I get me more money.
Goodbye, and good luck to you.
Good luck don't mean nothing around a place like this.
Riggs, I want to speak to you.
Well, if it ain't Bart Goodwin. Have a chair, Bart.
I'll do my talking on 2 feet. You've been telling my boy things about me in the Army, huh?
Yeah, and he was sure interested.
And you got him in a game and robbed him. $50 you took from him, Riggs. I want that money.
You want what money?
I want the money you stole from Tommy.
I'm afraid you're barking up the wrong tree, Goodwin. I never stole a cent in all my life.
Maybe you don't consider it stealing when you take it from a kid with marked cards.
Just a minute, Goodwin. When a man says my cards is marked, I expect him to either prove it or draw his shooting iron.
Prove it, huh? All right. I got just $5 here.
You expect me to play for $5?
Deal them cards. You're playing me now, Riggs, and don't try no monkey shines.
I'll stay one more round now.
My face disguised all right, Tonto.
It's good.
Fine. Look at Riggs there. He's the biggest gambler in town, Tonto, with the biggest gambling place in Mud Flats. And he's playing for $5.
Him want all the money.
I wonder if there isn't some way to clean up this town.
We drive gambler out.
That isn't easy. The gamblers own the town, Tonto.
Maybe we make trouble for gambler.
Tonto, do you remember Henry Parker?
Oh, him over to Dodge City.
He's not known around here at all. He hasn't done any gambling for years.
Him turn good.
Yes, he's gone straight since we helped him out of that scrape a year ago. Tonto, get Henry Parker here.
Me go fetch him now?
Yes.
Hey, you dirty rat. Oh, I got you. Look here, boys. Here's proof this man's a crook.
Wait, Tonto. Trouble over there.
Look at
I'm
this
going to
here.
put my mask on, Tonto.
I don't let no man do that to me.
Got you with the goods, Riggs. Got you flat-footed. There's how you've been winning at cards. I'm onto your tricks. Look here, boys. Oh,
Come on, Riggs.
I'll kill him. Oh, my hand's busted.
That bullet didn't touch your hand. I just shot your gun away to stop a murder. Goodwin, get out of here while you have the chance.
swing me in the shoulder.
Can you get out all right?
I can get out, and I'll come back. I'll get you, Riggs. I'll get you for this.
Next time we meet, you'll be ready to shoot it out, Goodwin.
Proved you're a crook. Proved you're a crooked gambler, didn't I?
On your way, Goodwin. Get out while you have the chance. You're covered, Riggs. Don't make a play for that second gun you wear.
I'll get you too, stranger. I don't know who you are, but when I find out, I'll get you.
You'll have to find out who I am first. The rest of you stay back. Come on, Tonto. Is Goodwin gone?
Him gone.
Back out the door, then. Get on your horse and go for the man I told you about.
Me go.
The first man who comes out this door will get more of what Riggs got. Ride hard, Tonto. I'll meet you in camp as soon as you come back with Parker. Yep. Hi-yo, Silver! Tonto raced from town in one direction while the Lone Ranger rode in another. That night, the masked man returned to Mud Flats. The place was booming with activity. Crowds had gathered, not only in the gambling hall owned by Harv Riggs, but in all the smaller ones as well. The Lone Ranger, however, ignored these and went to Goodwin's home on the edge of town. He paused outside and, hearing voices, moved close to the window.
My wound ain't so bad, Jane. I'll be as good as new in a day or so, but it's losing that money.
Bart, I don't know what we'll do for food. The store won't give you no more credit.
An honest man ain't a chance earning any sort of living here.
Bart, there ain't but one thing for us to do.
What's that, Jane?
Move out.
You mean leave Mud Flats?
That's what I mean, Bart. I don't hold Tommy to blame for what he done. He's been brought up in this sort of hole. What can you expect?
Where is he?
In his room. I guess he's ashamed to face you.
Send him here.
Bart, don't be harsh with him. He ain't but 15.
Get him for me.
Tommy,
What is it, Ma?
your father wants to see you.
I didn't figure he'd ever want to speak to me again.
Come here, son.
Yeah, Pa. Go ahead. Do whatever you're a mind to. I got it coming to me.
I'm not going to punish you, Tom. I reckon you know as well as me that you done what you shouldn't. But Harv Riggs is so slick that full road men are took in by him.
You ain't gonna tan my hide?
No, lad. I'm just going to ask you to look at me and see the most cursed, stubborn, foolish man that ever lived. I made a mistake, too.
You, Pa?
Yep. Me and your ma settled here when it was a decent place to live in. Then gamblers come here, put up their own man for sheriff.
And he blind?
Yeah. I figured that he was a bad un, but that I'd stay around here and beat him when the next election come along.
You're better'n he ever was, Pa.
But my friends are pulled out of here, one after another. Meanwhile, other gamblers and crooks has come in.
Yeah.
Still, I was cussed stubborn. I helped to make this town. I kept biding time until Blind's term run out, figuring if I could just hang on, I'd get my old job as sheriff back again.
But there ain't no use hanging on no longer, Bart. You found out that you can't do nothing else to earn a decent living, and an honest sheriff wouldn't have a chance of getting elected now.
It took me a long time to see that, Jane. It's lucky our boy didn't get into no worse trouble. I see it now.
I won't think of you as a quitter if you leave, Bart.
I will be quitting, though.
Bart,
Bart!
You!
please don't be alarmed.
That's the man that got me out of Riggs' place alive, Jane. That's our friend.
Oh.
Gosh, mister, you sure helped my Pa.
Bart, I brought back the money Riggs took from your son.
The money?
There it is.
Oh, thank you, stranger. We needed that money.
I was sheriff around here, mister, before Mud Flats went to the gamblers and crooks. I seen a lot of outlaws, masked and otherwise.
I'm not wanted by the law, Bart.
I didn't think so. But what's the mask for?
Bart, you're going to quit, aren't you?
Well,
After hanging on all this time, waiting for Sheriff Blind's term to expire, you're going to quit and give up.
There's nothing else can be done.
Quitters aren't much help in building this country, Bart.
But I don't...
If other men like yourself who lived in town before the gamblers came here hadn't taken the easy way and moved somewhere else, this town wouldn't be nearly as bad off as it is now.
But they've all gone,
And so
now...
the future of this town depends upon your husband.
If there was something I could do...
There is. You can stay here and be the next sheriff.
Who'd vote for me?
All those who are left here after the crooks leave town. Let them be the quitters.
There wouldn't be many folks left, though.
Others would come in if the town was safe for them. Good citizens like you.
Oh, you don't know what you're asking, stranger.
I'm asking Bart Goodwin to stick.
Now, who's that?
Wait, I don't want to be seen here. I'll slip out the back way. Don't mention my being here, Bart. And remember, no matter what happens, stick on the job and count on me. Open up there. Open the door, Bart.
It ain't locked.
The sheriff's voice.
Come on in, boys.
Right with you.
There's our man.
What do you want here?
There's the cash right on the table. Well, that makes the case a pretty slick one, don't it?
What do you mean?
I mean your pard was with you at Riggs' place. Here's Riggs himself.
Yeah, and there's the cash he stole from me.
That's our money.
That'll be decided by the court. Meantime, Bart Goodwin, you're under arrest for robbery and attempted murder.
What?
No.
You can't arrest Pa.
Take
You
him.
can't. He didn't do nothing.
Now, hold on. I didn't fire a shot.
Your friend with the mask did, and it ain't his fault I wasn't killed.
You shot Pa first.
When he tried to rob me.
Every man in that gambling house of yours seen you with a card in your sleeve, Riggs.
If that's so, they'll testify in court.
But they won't. You own 'em body and soul. Look here, Blind. You're going too far with your high-handed ways of doing things.
Come on.
Oh, don't take him to jail. Leave him free and we'll leave town.
Leave town? You're leaving if you're allowed to go free, Bart?
Well,
He'll leave, won't you, Bart?
Pa, you can't be a quitter.
By thunderation, son, I won't be.
If you clear out, Andy Blind won't arrest you.
Go on, arrest me. I ain't promising to clear out. I am sticking.
Bart, don't do it. This is your chance to go. They might hang you.
I don't reckon so, Jane. You see, that masked man is on our side.
He admits it.
And I heard what that masked man called his horse. And I seen how he handled his shooting irons. And he called his pard the Injun Tonto. Jane, he said to count on him, and that's what we are doing. Come on, Blind. Take me to jail. We'll see what happens then. Let's get
The curtain falls on the first act of tonight's Lone Ranger drama. Before the next exciting scenes, please permit us to pause for just a few moments.
Now to continue our story. Mud Flats had fallen into the hands of gamblers and was controlled by the most important of their number, Harv Riggs. Bart Goodwin, the town's former sheriff, was helpless to oppose the crooks until the Lone Ranger promised him help. The masked man sent Tonto to summon the reformed gambler, Henry Parker. In the meantime, Goodwin was arrested and jailed on a false charge. Our next scene opens in Harv Riggs' gambling hall. It is several days after Goodwin's arrest. Riggs is seated at a corner table with the sheriff, Andy Bline.
Hey, Riggs.
Well, Merkel, ain't you sort of on strange ground?
Maybe I am, but I'm here to speak to you.
You better keep to your own cheap gambling place and stay out of first-class places like mine.
Oh, you ain't so glad to see me here, huh?
I don't want cheapskates hanging around here. It'll give the place a bad name. I don't like no part of you, Merkel. Vamos.
Just a minute there. I ain't going back to my place because it's closed up.
Closed up? What do you mean? I come by there an hour ago.
That was an hour ago. Now it's closed. Thanks to you.
You're making gun talk, Merkel. Watch what you say.
You sent the best confounded gambler in the state to bust me.
That's a downright lie.
Oh, no, it ain't. You sent a man that can do more tricks with cards than any man I ever seen. He cleaned me out. Took every cent I had and finished by betting the stack against my property and took that, too. And he left my place laughing at me, saying you'd be glad to hear how he come out at his first stop.
I said you lied, Merkel. I say it again. I never gave a hoot about the small-time business you had. I didn't send no one to bust you. Now that you are busted, I'm glad to hear.
Why, you...
You heard what Riggs said. Now clear out, Myrtle.
All right, you...
Get! What do you make of that, Riggs?
I don't know what to make of it. You know blame well I didn't send no one to bust him.
By thunder, I'd like to see the man that done it.
Me too. If there's any first-class gamblers with a lot of cash, I want them in my place.
There was no doubt in Merkel's mind that Riggs had sent Henry Parker. Merkel left Riggs' gambling hall in a rage and promptly called upon his friend Sam Sneed. Sneed was the owner of another small establishment.
He's a stranger here, Max, and he's about cleaned me out.
Where?
Must be the same one that done you in. I heard about that.
Where's he at?
I got my best dealer playing with him now. The table over yonder, see?
It's the same one. And look,
He's raking in all the chips.
I still think Riggs sent him here.
He's coming to cash his chips.
Evening, Mr. Sneed. I reckon I'm ready to cash in now. Here's my chips.
Yeah, you done all right, stranger.
Not half bad for a starter.
I don't know as I got cash enough on hand.
Partner, you better have. Oh, you here, Marco?
Yeah.
What's your name, anyhow, mister?
Name? Henry Parker. What about it?
Well, Parker, I'll tell you what I'll do.
You'll offer to bet your place here, what's left of it, agin my winnings, eh?
Yes. One cut of the cards. High man wins.
That suits me first rate.
And Joel, let's have a fresh deck.
Catch.
Yeah. Here, Max. Break 'em out and shuffle.
I suppose you got the deed for your place handy.
Right here.
Now then, suppose you lay out the cash to replace these chips. I can't spend your chips in another house.
I'll make the chips good.
Let me see the cash, and then we'll cut.
There.
There's the cards all set.
All right, Parker. Go ahead and cut. Don't take more than a third of the cards.
You know, Sneed, it's an old trick cutting cards. When a man wants to be sure to win, he uses a deck that's fixed up, so as the high cards are a mite longer. Now, if instead of cutting by gripping the cards from the side, I take 'em by the ends, I can feel the long card and show you the ace of spades, which can't be beat.
You?
There.
Why, you...
Of course, if the deck's an honest one, I done that just by luck. If it ain't honest, it's your deck.
That's the same stunt he pulled on me.
Likely my friend taught the trick to you, gents.
Your friend?
Now I'll take my winnings and try some other place. Evening, gents. I'll give you a couple days to move things out of my property, Sneed.
His property. He's took my place.
He got mine, too.
I'm broke. I'm busted. Cleaned out.
Who is that hombre, anyhow?
His friend. He must have meant Harv Riggs.
I figured the same, but Riggs denies it.
Sure, he deny it. But the ornery polecat, he's trying to drive out all competition.
Nothing is too small for him to want. Look at how he took Tommy Goodwin in.
Yeah. Listen, Max.
Huh?
Leave Parker go. Leave him alone and see what he does next.
Wait. Hey, you.
What you want?
What are you hanging around here for? Sneed, that Injun's been taking in all that's going on.
You not own place.
Well, what do you want?
You not no own it either.
Clear out. Get. I'm still in charge here, and I gotta clear the place out so I can do some thinking.
Tonto rode to the small, well-concealed camp, where he met the Lone Ranger. The faithful Indian told what Henry Parker had accomplished. Riggs and the sheriff were amused by the losses suffered by Merkel and Sneed, but Henry Parker had not stopped. He appeared in 2 more places. In the first, he collected his winnings without bothering to cut cards for the property. In the second, he was surrounded by a group of excited men who watched his play. Parker is speaking.
You'd better win this time, my friend, or you'll be cleaned right out.
Go on, give me 2 cards.
1, 2. I'll play what I got right here.
You're bluffing me again.
Then raise me.
Match that.
Matched and raised.
Blast you. I still say you're bluffing.
You can say what you please, but just let's see your cash.
I ain't no more to raise. I'll see you.
Full house.
You
gents have a lot to learn about this game. Now I reckon I'll be saying good evening to you.
That's 4 of us he's wiped out. How's he do it?
I thought I knowed my own cards, but blasted if I...
Follow him.
What's that?
You here?
You follow that fella. See where him go.
Why? What do you know about him?
Maybe plenty.
Let's do what the redskin says.
He must have a fortune in that bag of his.
Come on, let's go.
The defeated gamblers followed Parker to the huge establishment owned by Riggs. They stood outside while Parker approached the table occupied by Riggs, carrying a heavy money bag in each hand. The gamblers paused only long enough to note the meeting, then went around to the side of the hall and listened in at an open window.
Now, don't make no sound. Just listen to what's said. Maybe the Injun was right after all. There's Parker and Riggs.
There you are, Riggs. Them bags is filled, and I took my commission.
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
Sure you do. The way you slipped them fixed-up decks of cards in all them places worked out slick. I cleaned out 4 of them.
Say, who are you and what are you talking about?
Ain't you the man named Parker?
Sure.
Well, what are you doing around...
You needn't be afeard, Riggs. There ain't no one close enough to hear what I'm saying.
You blame fool. You must be loco. If you want to gamble here, all right, but don't be coming around.
Savvy. You're afeard someone will know you hired me.
Wait a minute there!
Sneak.
What the...
We heard it all! Riggs, the dirty rat!
Hold on there.
Shut up, blind! You're in with Riggs!
Bust this place up!
There's his partner!
Throw these galoops out!
The infuriated gamblers were determined to wreck the Riggs place beyond repair. Guns blazed, the bar was overturned, chairs and tables were smashed. In one corner, a fire started from an upset lamp, and flames quickly caught on the dry walls.
Fire! They've fired my place.
Place burned now.
That's more than we figured on, Tonto, but it's just as well. The men will get out all right, but all of Riggs' equipment will be destroyed.
That's right.
Now it's time for the Texas Rangers to move in.
And there they come, mister. They waited just like you said.
They wanted to clean out the outlaws for a long time, Parker, but they couldn't come until they were sent for. And Sheriff Blind wouldn't send for them.
Then how'd they happen to move in?
They think Blind sent for them. Blind won't dare deny it. If he does, he'll implicate himself with the outlaws. Now to get the man who's to be the next sheriff. Come on, Silver! There we are. Oh, boy. Oh. Bart,
Yeah, mister.
he'll not be held in that jail much longer.
I heard all the noise. Say, what's happened?
A man cleaned out all the small gamblers, then made them think Riggs hired them for the job. They smashed Riggs' place and they caught fire.
He did? Great guns. That's swell.
The Texas Rangers came thinking Sheriff Blind sent for them. They're arresting most of the gamblers and will recognize them as men wanted by the law.
Did Blind send for the Rangers?
No. But with a dozen outlaws living here, Blind can't deny sending for them unless he admits that he was in league with the crooks.
If he admits sending for them, Some of them will kill him.
That's why he'll have to clear out of the town. The crooks will be jailed, the sheriff run out. And then, Bart, they'll have to elect a new sheriff. And I think there's no doubt but what you'll be the man.
Say, who's that riding away so fast?
That's the ex-sheriff, Andy Blind. Stand back away from that door, Bart. There. All right, Bart. There's no one left to insist that you'll be jailed.
Gosh, you sure meant what you said when you said you'd stand by me.
Bart, make this town the place it used to be.
I sure will do that same or die a trying.
The sort of place for Tommy to grow up in.
Tommy and all the other young'uns.
I've emptied my saddlebags. The money there is gambler's money. Most of it taken dishonestly from people who are victims of the vicious business here. You use it to the best advantage.
Gosh.
Help those who need help and stick to your job.
Come on there, Silver! Stretch out those legs, old boy! There's a gold robbery at the station! Hi-yo, Silver! Away!
The story you have just heard is a copyrighted feature of the Lone Ranger, Incorporated.
Hi-yo, Silver!
A fiery horse with the speed of light, a cloud of dust, and a hearty hi-yo Silver, the Lone Ranger. Countless stories have been handed down from generation to generation concerning the stirring deeds of the mysterious masked rider of justice. Only Tonto, his faithful Indian companion, knew his identity. And now the thrilling frontier days of the western United States come to life once more. The Lone Ranger rides again.
Come on, Silver! We're meeting Tonto in the town of Broken Bow. Hi-yo, Silver!
The town of Broken Bow grew up around the railroad station and a telegraph office. Frequently, a train pulled into a siding and stopped there overnight to wait for the train to pass in the opposite direction. On these occasions, the crew of the train would spend the night in Broken Bow's hotel. In the first scene of our Lone Ranger drama, we see Mike Murphy in the cafe, surrounded by a group of men. Mike is the engineer of the westbound train that has stopped for the night in Broken Bow.
I'll be blasted if an Irishman ain't got the worst luck of man or beast.
What's bothering you, Mike?
Ask Sam, he can tell you.
I ain't just sure, but something tells me Mike was sort of planning on seeing Betty tonight.
But, Mike, ain't you pulling out with your train? You're handling the throttle on the westbound outfit, ain't you?
I should go west when the eastbound is coming this way.
Is that what's holding you here?
You know as well as I do it is. Now, wouldn't it be a fine thing if I was to meet the eastbound on that single track of ours?
I was forgetting that.
It ain't that Mike gives a darn whether he stays over or not. That is, he don't care as a usual thing. But he's got an idea Betty should have been here to help him pass the time.
Sure, and that's what I think.
As a matter of fact, Mike, when she left town to visit her friend, she didn't have no thought that you'd be in town tonight.
I'll be talking it over with her.
By the way, Mike, you ain't heard talk of Snake Lofgren and his gang being around this country, have you?
Ain't heard a word.
Snake Lofgren?
I don't know. One of my deputies had an idea. He'd seen one of that bunch of coyotes the other day. But maybe he was mistaken. He wasn't real sure.
Well, here's hoping he didn't. It'd be a black day for us if he was to show up with that pack of hoodlums of his'n.
Oh, probably just talk. Forget about it. How about filling up our glasses just once more? I feel like having another.
Snake Lofgren never comes into a town these days unless he has a good reason, Tonto.
Him here now.
And there must be a reason. He's wanted by too many lawmen to risk being seen in town unless he has some pretty important plans.
That's right.
Is he still back at the cafe?
Him still there. Other feller with him.
Probably waiting to speak to someone inside. But he doesn't dare be seen.
That's right.
I'd like to capture Snake and turn him over to the law right here in town.
Why not do it?
We can do that any time. Let's wait and see what he's planning here.
There comes feller.
The engineer of that train on the siding.
Good night, gents. Thanks for a darn swell evening.
There he goes. Probably to a hotel.
Look, there.
Snake.
Him follow other feller.
Very well. We'll follow Snake and see what happens. I'll be ready to act if Snake tries any violence.
Oh, Susanna, don't you cry for me, for I'm off to Louisiana with the washbowl on me knee.
Hey, you.
Huh? What's the matter?
I want to speak with you, mister.
Well, speak up.
You better step back here in the trees.
If you got anything to be saying to Mike Murphy, speak up. I can hear you from here.
I says step back.
Ouch! Oh, so it's a gun you're jabbing in me ribs.
Back where I told you.
All right, if that's how you feel about it. But sure, if this is a stick-up, you got me at the wrong time. I'm flat broke.
Shut up and get back. I aim to talk with you.
You got him, huh, Snake?
Yeah, I got him.
So it's Snake they call you. Well, it's a name that suits your way of acting. Now, what is it you want of me?
Anyone around, Mears?
I don't think so. Ain't seen no one.
Good.
Well, speak your piece.
You're the critter that handles that choo-choo train, ain't you?
I'm the engineer, if that's what you mean.
You know what I mean.
All right, Snakeface, I know.
You're waiting here for the train to come from the west, ain't you?
What's it to you?
Ain't you?
Go easy with the way you poke me with that gun. Yes, I am. There ain't but a single track, and I can't take my train west from here till the eastbound comes through in the morning.
Oh, yes, you can.
Like fun I can.
If your train's on the tracks heading west, the eastbound will pile right into it. Ain't that so?
Any fool knows that. There'd be a wreck.
That's just what we aim to have happen.
Of all the out-and-out nerve I ever seen...
Now, where'll you hear the rest, mister?
I don't need to hear no more. Sure, it's... Listen, stop jabbing me.
We're going to make a deal with you, see?
There ain't money enough in the world to make me do what
What
you...
about Betty Calkins?
Keep her name off your dirty tongue.
How'd you like to see her killed?
What?
Thought that'd get you interested.
What do you know about her?
We know she's the daughter of the guy that runs the telegraph. And we know you looked for her when you come to town and found she's gone to spend the night with friends in Grantsville. Well, she ain't there, see?
Where's she at? What have you crooks done with her?
There ain't but one way for you to find out.
I don't believe you.
We can prove what we said all right enough. You got about 6 hours before you decide.
6 hours? It ain't but midnight. The eastbound ain't due till 9 in the morning.
Yeah. Only your train's got to be a good ways west of here when the two of them meet. You savvy?
3 hours to the west? That'll take us out in the desert.
That's right. And that's just where we want it to be. You see, we got this thing worked out and planned real careful. Betty Calkins never got to Grantsville. And her friend there didn't know she was coming, so the girl ain't even missed yet.
Why, you...
Never mind the fancy talk. You just come along with us while you're making up your mind.
Where's the girl now?
You don't need to know that.
How do I know you got her?
We'll give you proof of that.
Get along. Where are you taking me?
You'll find out. It's up to you, Mike. You can drive that train out as we tell you and save the girl you want to marry, or else. Now get moving. You're traveling with us tonight.
Quit that thing in me, Rex, now. Cut it out.
Quick, Tonto. Back to our horses.
Maybe better me follow them, huh?
Yes, follow them, Tonto. Find out where they go. Then go to Calkins' home and wait there for me.
You talk to Calkins?
Yes, I'm going to try and learn if those men really have the girl.
Them tell railroad feller. Them got proof.
Find out what that proof is. There's no use trying to capture those men now. If they have the girl, they'd certainly kill her.
That's right.
If she's in their camp, you'll find it out. Meet me later at the Calkins' home. Hip, and get all the information you can get. Come on, Silver.
While Tonto followed Snake Lofgren and his companion, Mears, the Lone Ranger rode to the small cottage where Jim Calkins lived with his daughter Betty. There he brought Silver to a halt. There was no light inside, but a rap on the door brought a quick response.
That you come back, Betty?
No, Calkins. I want to speak to you about your daughter. Open the door.
Who are you?
A friend. Open this door.
Just a second now. I'll have it open in a jiffy.
There. Now, what's the matter? What do you want here at this hour of the night?
Where is your daughter?
She here. I don't know you, and I don't see why I should tell you where Betty is. You got a heap of nerve coming here.
I'll step inside.
No, you see here.
Listen to me, Calkins, and try to keep your head. When did your daughter leave to visit friends at Grantsville?
Around noontime. Why?
How did she travel?
On her horse.
Did those friends expect her?
No.
And you don't know whether or not she got there safely?
No. Is there something wrong?
Calkins, I'm afraid there is. Tell me, you're the telegraph operator on that line. Why would anyone want to stop the train that's coming from the west tomorrow morning?
What about the train?
That's what I'm asking you. Suppose you light a lamp so we can see each other.
Yeah, sure thing. I got a lamp right here handy. Now, just a minute. I'll get it going. There's something mighty queer afoot, and I aim to find out what it is. If something has happened to Betty... There.
Now, sit down.
Your mask! What's this mean? Who are you?
I told you I was a friend. Right now, I'm afraid you'll have to be ready to hear some unpleasant news.
What's happened to Betty? Tell me. Tell me what's happened.
I'm quite sure she's safe and unharmed so far. But I think she might be in danger of her life.
What?
Unless we can do something between now and daybreak.
Tell me what you know about her.
First, tell me what there is of value on the eastbound train.
I can't tell. I can't tell no one.
Someone already knows.
How?
I don't know how, but Lofgren and his gang have captured your daughter. They're holding her so they can force Mike Murphy to start the engine west before the eastbound train comes by.
But that'd mean a wreck.
It would.
And Betty, where's she at? What have they done with her?
Tell me what's on board that train.
Gold. A fortune in gold. It's bullion going east from the Gold Coast.
And that's why those killers want the trains to crash.
Now, what about Betty?
Calkins, keep your wits about you. You've got to keep as calm as possible. The life of your daughter may depend upon your clear thinking.
But something has got to be done. We can't just sit here. I've
Wait.
got to...
If Betty hasn't been harmed so far, she'll be safe until morning. I have a friend who'll come here soon, and he may have a lot more to tell us. Meanwhile, you can tell me who might have known that Betty planned to ride to Grantsville.
I don't know.
Who'd be able to tell the outlaws that there was gold on that eastbound train?
I don't know who'd tell that. I don't know how there could be any such leak. It was confidential.
Think, Calkins. Think hard. It may save Betty's life.
questioned Calkins, the telegraph operator, Snake and Mears joined their outlaw friends at their camp in the forest. They tied Murphy securely to a tree. Then Snake removed something from his saddlebag and showed it to the engineer.
Now then, Mike, take a look at this and tell me if you recognize it.
Fancy ribbon. There ain't but one hunk like that in the state.
So you know it, huh?
I fetched that from St. Louis.
Uh-huh. And give it to Betty Calkins, didn't you?
Yes.
Then how do you reckon we got it if we didn't capture the girl?
You dirty rat, you. May the devil take you for what you done.
Ain't no use straining again them ropes, Murphy. You won't bust 'em.
Now maybe you want a little more proof before you're convinced. Hey, you. Fetch that horse here.
I'm in, Snake.
I don't know if you know the girl's horse or not, but this is it.
Where is she?
Murphy, there ain't but one way for you to ever see the girl alive. That's to do what we told you.
Kill me fireman and a couple of the lads that's on my train, and kill the crew of the eastbound. Let the crooks like you get away with whatever's aboard the train. Double-cross me
Or
company.
see your sweetheart dead.
I don't know if it'd take me long to decide.
You can jump from the train. We'll all ride along with you. And as far as I'm concerned, you can stop your train. Just so long as it's left on the tracks right near the turn. Now, you ain't got but a few hours to make up your mind, so you better do some thinking.
And even if you don't do what we want, we'll likely get what we're after. We'll find out how to run that engine for our own selves.
Maybe we could torture him a little.
Keep back, I'm handling this.
All right, we got you covered.
What's going on over there?
Grab him. You got him.
What's the boys outside the camp got?
Found someone there.
Go on there, Engine. Snake, I want to talk with you.
Where'd you get the redskin?
Where'd he come from?
He was over there in the dark.
Listening to all we said.
Oh, so you figured to spy on us, huh?
You not go through with scheme.
Where you from?
Me not talk.
Time to that tree. See if there's any other snoopers around here. All right. I'll handle these fellas. I got good ways of handling redskins.
The curtain falls on the first act of our thrilling Lone Ranger drama. Before the next exciting scenes, please permit us to pause for just a few moments. And now to continue our story. The Snake Lofgren gang made Mike Murphy, the engineer of the westbound train, a prisoner, then offered him a choice between the death of the girl he loved and the wrecking of the eastbound train. Tonto, who had followed the outlaws to their camp, was discovered and captured. In the meantime, the Lone Ranger had gone to the home of the girl's father, Sam Calkins, the telegraph operator, where he waited for Tonto's return.
He should have been here long before this, unless...
Where is he? If he's coming here, why don't he come?
We don't know how far he had to go to reach Snake's camp.
But time is passing. Another couple of hours and it'll be too late.
Wait. It's Tonto's horse.
Where's the man who went to the outlaws' camp?
I don't know. Steady there, white fellow. Here, Silver. But I'm going to find out. All right, white fellow. Show us the way.
But wait. What about my daughter? What about Betty?
First we must find Tonto. Get up, white fellow. Follow him, Silver. Come on, boy. Hi-yo, Silver!
Tonto's horse led the way to the forest, while the Lone Ranger followed cautiously. He knew that the appearance of Whitefellow without his master meant that Tonto had been injured or captured. In the outlaws' camp,
Tonto was stolidly facing Snake Lofgren.
Now, Mears, hand me that bullwhip.
Here you are, Snake.
Injun, you gonna tell me what you was here for and who you're reporting to? Or have the living daylights beat out of you?
Me not talk.
No? We'll see about that.
Maybe we better go over and shut the engineer's mouth, huh, Snake?
Yeah, maybe we had. After we open the engines. Mike can't hear us way over here.
Go on, boss. Use the whip on the engine.
What are you grinning about?
You not hit me.
No?
Snake, what's he so doggone amused about?
He's looking over there at Mike Murphy. Hey, look there.
Who's that?
Come on, Silver!
Mask.
Edmund Silver!
Hey, look out for that devil!
Shoot! Look out! You're shooting our own men.
Hey, there!
Hey, another
Silver, closely followed by Whitefellow, charged into the outlaws like a furious demon. The Lone Ranger, using his guns as clubs, fought his way to Tonto's side. Then, whipping out a knife, he slashed the ropes that bound his friend.
Get on your horse, Tonto.
Oh, me ready. What about Mike, feller?
Leave him here.
Don't let him get loose.
Shoot him!
Hail,
Get him up, White feller!
This way, Tonto. We're clear of them now.
Me see you talk to Mike Murphy on the other side of camp.
Yes, Tonto. I told them what to do.
Me afraid outlaw kill girl.
That's what I want to check on. Tonto, did you learn anything while you were with them?
Them fellers got girl's horn.
Yes?
Got fancy ribbon.
And Mike's convinced they have the girl a captive?
That's right.
And now we can slow down. Tonto, I have an idea that I want to test.
What's that?
I spent a long time with Jim Calkins. There's no way those outlaws could know about the gold.
But them know?
Yes, and the railroad men are the only ones who could have told them. The outlaws even know just where the eastbound train will be at a given time.
What we do? We're hunt for girl.
She wasn't in the camp, was she?
No, we're not there.
I told Mike Murphy just what to do. I think he trusted me.
What him do?
He's going to accept the outlaws' terms and agree to take the westbound train out in the morning at 6 o'clock.
Him make wreck?
No, Tonto. I don't think there'll be any wreck. If I can prove just one point, we'll be able to send the lawmen to capture the Lofgren gang.
What that point?
You'll learn all about it very soon. Come on, Silver!
The outlaws scattered and searched desperately for the Lone Ranger and Tonto. Meanwhile, the eastbound train thundered on. As the discouraged outlaws returned to their camp, Snake Lofgren spoke to them angrily.
What sort of gunmen are you, anyhow?
We done all we could, Snake.
You didn't get either of them two.
Ain't our fault. We sure scoured the woods. I don't know how in heck them two could get away so fast.
We kept after them for a time. We didn't have a chance of catching up to them. It don't matter much, though, does it, Snake?
What do you mean?
Well, they didn't get to learn nothing important.
The engine knows we're going to stop that eastbound train, don't he?
What can he do about it?
That remains to be seen. Mears, I'm done with fooling around. Fetch me the lash. I'll try it on the engineer.
Ain't he made his mind up yet?
No.
Here's the whip, Snake.
Good. There. How do you like the sound of that, Murphy?
Lashing me won't help.
It's getting close to time for you to take that train out. Are you going to do it or not?
Where is me girl?
You won't find her till you do what I want. Are you going to do it or ain't you?
If the girl's life depended on me, seems like you have no choice left.
When you take a train out?
What else is there for me to do?
Good.
I thought you'd come around to my way of thinking.
But you'd better be taking the ropes off me hands or I won't be able to handle no throttle.
How long will it take to get the steam up, get the train ready to move?
What time is it now?
Around 5.
You better be starting right away. I'll have to get me fireman.
Oh, no, you don't. Me and Mears will go along to feed the boilers.
Sure, but I don't need only one, eh?
Mears will be the one. I'll keep a gun on you so you don't try no tricks.
You don't take no chances, do you, snake face?
Cut his ropes. 3 of you keep guns leveled on him. I ain't gonna have nothing go wrong at the last minute.
I'm watching him.
When'll I get to see me girl?
After the wreck, when you come back here.
I'd be willing to give odds that you double-cross me when I do what you want. Only there ain't no choice for me. I can tell that the likes of you won't leave Betty alive if I don't do what you say.
Come on. We'll head for the side and where the train is.
Bring your horses and everything you own. You won't be needing the camp.
Some time later, the heavy westbound train was ready to move. Switches had been thrown to clear the track, and Mears shoveled coal into the firebox. The engineer held a steady hand on the throttle, while Snake stood close beside him.
All right, get going now.
Sure, and that's what I'm doing. Go on, Mears. Keep feeding that fire.
Faster. I want to be as far west as possible when we meet the other one. Get to that bend if you can.
That crook ain't so good at shoveling. We don't keep enough fire there. We can't go very fast.
Don't bluff me.
I ain't. We'll do the best we can.
Shovel harder, Mears. Open up that throttle, Murphy. Remember, the girl ain't safe yet.
The train went roaring westward toward the approaching eastbound train. In the meantime, the Lone Ranger raced Silver to Sam Calkins' home, leaped to the ground, and burst through the door.
Calkins!
Where is she? Where's Betty? Have you found her?
No, but Mike is taking the train west.
What?
Come with me. There's just one chance in the world to prevent that crash.
We can't stop
The
it.
telegraph.
But...
Come on, it's not far to the station. You can wire the western point and have the eastbound train stopped.
But there wouldn't be a chance to stop it. It'll be too late.
Come, you'll ride my horse with me.
Hey, stop dragging me.
Get up, hold there.
All right. All right. But I tell you...
Come on, Silver.
There isn't a chance of stopping that train now.
Don't you even want to try?
Yeah, sure. But Betty, my daughter.
Come on, Silver.
Not so fast.
Here we are. Now get into that office and contact the western operator. Oh, Silver. Oh, boy.
I tell you, there ain't no use.
Inside. There's your key. Use it.
But
Hawkins.
All right, stranger. I'll try and reach him.
Ask if the eastbound train has passed that point yet.
That's what I'm doing.
I'll go outside and tighten the cinch on my saddle. Call me when you get your answer.
All right. All right, stranger.
Now, Silver, we'll see if we were right in what we figured. I hope he doesn't keep us here too long. Tonto will have a hard ride as it is.
Hey, mister.
Did you get an answer?
Yeah. The train's already past that station. There ain't no way to stop it.
You crook.
Well, what's the matter? What do you mean?
You mean to say you had a message from the west?
Yeah, sure.
How? Look at your wires. They've been cut.
What?
No message could go to the west or come from there. Hawkins, you don't want that train saved.
It's a frame-up.
It's a rotten scheme that you're working with the Lofgren gang. You took advantage of your friend Mike Murphy's love for your daughter. You're the one who told Lofgren about that gold. You're the one who planned the whole thing.
No, wait. Listen.
And you know where your daughter is. Tell me.
Let go of me.
Talk. Where's Betty?
Stop shaking me.
Where is she?
At Grantsville. I gave them others her horse. She rid another horse. Let me go.
Yeah. I suspected you when we talked last night. And Mike Murphy helped prove you a crook. If you're here when the law comes, you'll get what Lofgren and his gang will get. Hi-yo, Silver!
Riding like the wind, the masked man reached the top of a hill where brushwood was piled and waiting. He set the fuel on fire, and clouds of smoke billowed to the sky. Far to the west, Tonto, waiting for the signal, saw the pillar of smoke.
That signal, white feller. Now we ride. Get 'em up, white feller. Get 'em up.
Tonto had already brought a group of lawmen to the scene. A few quick words, and the hard-riding men led by Tonto sent their mounts thundering along the rails. Meanwhile, in the cab of the engine, Snake was urging Mike to put on more speed.
I tell you, Snakeface, this is the best we can do. That critter don't keep enough steam up.
Shovel harder, Mears. Shovel harder.
You shovel for a time. I'm all in.
I gotta keep this critter covered. We gotta make more speed than this. What's that coming after us?
The saints be praised.
That engine.
Come in.
No, you spalpeens.
Get going faster.
Not on your chin tight. We're stopping here.
Get going or I shoot.
No, you
Good shooting there, Sheriff.
Wait, I surrender.
You all right?
You bet I'm all right, Injun. What about the girl?
Her safe. Masked friend send message. Girl's father in scheme.
Yeah?
The engine explained everything to me, Murphy. The girl is safe. So you can put the engine in reverse and get back to the side.
That I will. Pile aboard. Put your horses in the second car, and then we'll show these spalpeens that this engine can go a lot faster in reverse than she done heading west.
Come on there, Silver, old fellow. Stretch out those great legs of yours. Tonto's waiting. We'll have to ride again. Hi-yo, Silver!
The story you have just heard is a copyrighted feature of the Lone Ranger Incorporated.